Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is Thursday night, and we are ready to get into the finale of Ahsoka. And the ones I'm talking with it to today, the Sword of Talzin. What's good, AK? How we doing tonight?
I'm all right, bruv. I'm all right.
Here to talk some Star Wars and Jedi's.
What'd you say?
Here to talk some Star Wars and Jedi's.
Few Star Wars, few Jedi's, maybe some wardrobes and witches and things.
Oh, the other man coming down this path. What's good? That's it. Oh, I feel you. What's good, Brandon? How we doing?
The finale, I felt hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. Like I was expecting a little bit way more.
Something.
And then it was like, okay, so I'm guessing they were mainly just like setting up either season, what was it, 4 Mandalorian? Because they were hyping up the return of Thrawn, or they're just setting up another like Thrawn series or another season 2 of Ahsoka or a movie. Like seemed like Thrawn was mainly the Thanos. Just
Yeah.
lurking in the background. And now he's here.
Now he's gonna be the new big bad. Like, are we ready for it? Yeah, it was I don't know. Like you already know me with finales, they never seem to nail it. But I don't know. This one was just extra. Just I mean, I didn't hate it, but there was just really nothing there. I'm with you. Like that's it. That's what we get. But we're gonna get into it and talk about it, see if we can open anything up. And speaking of open, we open with a view of Chimera's backside and see that it has a blown out engine, and this is obviously why he couldn't get back on his own. And we got the cargo almost loaded, and Thrawn is like anxious to be on his way. He is done underestimating Jedi and has taken 0 chances. Did you think that Ahsoka might actually stop him before he got out, AK?
No.
You thought she was going to be stuck there too much?
Well, I didn't think she was going to be stuck, but I didn't think she was going to hold him there.
Yeah, she had no chance of stopping him. Like, they were getting it in. Thrawn says he tells the Great Mothers their alliance has been quite beneficial, and then they thank Morgan and offer her the chance to completely damn her soul. Like they called it a gift, but was it? Like it seemed more like a candy flavored poison to me because everybody in that room knew she was being assigned a death sentence, and they handed it to her with a smile. Like, how jacked up was that, Phantom?
Mostly, I was thinking of in this scene, like, wait a minute. Hold up. Or maybe I should think about this. Like, talk about this much later, though. But yeah, was it really a death sentence? I didn't really think of it that way.
It kind of seemed like it to me. These women, they can see the future. They know what's happening, and they're acting like they're hooking her up with this, like, great, hey, you hooked it up, so now we're going to hook you up. No, that was not the case, as we're about to soon talk about.
Side-eyeing that whole thing.
I'm telling you. But I have to admit, the initiation did look pretty cool. Like, I loved how they incorporated that same green glow gas that they always had on Dathomir, like on the Rebels and in Clone Wars. Like, they got that into the live action. That was pretty tight. But that was just messed up. Like, just initiating her and giving her, like, just enough power to slow down the enemy while everybody else is going to get away. Like, if it wasn't for her, none of this would be possible. Like, they just did her so dirty.
She was a pawn. That was it.
Yep.
A major pawn, like, oh, that was ridiculous. Just a
she should have known better.
Yep. See, you mess with the bull, you mess with Satan, you get them horns. Wasn't Ahsoka just telling Balin like last episode that she was on a time crunch? Now all of a sudden she's just got all the time in the world to just leisurely be rolling out with the naughty at a snail's pace. Like, girl, like your ride is about to leave you. You might want to pick up the pace. Like, what was that about, Phantom?
Hey. This is Ahsoka. She can take a damn sweet time any moment in time, damn it.
Oh, she knows she's in a hurry when she's getting ready to fight Balon, but now all of a sudden it's just time for a leisurely stroll down whatever. What? Just checking out Cetos, the back roads? Come on. I don't know.
We don't have time for the scenic route.
That was driving me nuts. But inside Ahsoka's ship, Ezra is frantically like running around trying to put a lightsaber together, and Hu Yang is like trying to aid but does not approve of Ezra's method. And it was a nice nod to see like how Ezra was like, just that's how he used to treat everything back in the day. Like he would just be taking something and putting it back. He would not put it back in the box. Like he was just running around like a bull in a china shop. Like it's just how he was. And he would just pilfer his way through. Like old boy said, like you do not have a system, you have a method. That was awesome. It was a nice little callback. But Hu Yang also he asked like who taught him how to build a lightsaber, and Ezra was about to answer, and then Sabine comes in and answers for him. And that made it make all the sense to Hu Yang, for he's the one who actually taught Kanan how to make his. So this bot has been around for a minute. Are we going to find around in the end, AK, that this is the one who's been telling all the Star Wars stories?
That is highly possible.
That would be
And it would not surprise me if they went there.
That would be amazing.
I really like that scene too, because Ezra was being all like little cocky, I know exactly what the hell I'm doing, old man. And he was like, nah, bruh, you really don't.
He's like,
So my master taught me well. Well, I taught him.
You know what I'm saying? That made Ezra pause for a minute. It's like, hold up, wait, you knew it? You knew Kanan? That was amazing. Yang then fills in Ezra on some more details and things that he's missed, like how Ahsoka stopped training Sabine because she was afraid of the path that she might take. And is there any way that Sabine does succumb to like the dark side at some point, Phantom?
I think he stepped away.
Oh, did he? I didn't look on the thing. What's up, AK? Did he do that?
What? Tell me the question again.
Smell food burning. Oh no.
I'm back. What's up?
You didn't burn down the house, did you?
No, not this time.
Yeah, we can't. Not this time, sir.
Yeah, right. We need to be a little more careful with that one. Oh, but Hu Yang was telling Ezra of like filling him in on some details, and then told him why Ahsoka had stopped training Sabine because she was afraid of like what happened to her parents and the path that she was on, that it might lead her down the path to the dark side. So, do you think that's true? Do you think Sabine actually does fall to the dark side at some point?
No, it was more of like what happened to Darth Vader with Anakin. That's just like her like hinting like fear. So I don't think it would happen. She's just thinking of like the negativity of it all.
How about you, AK? You think there's any chance that she slips into the dark side?
Not now.
Not now. You think
I think there were definitely hiccups along the way, and like I said earlier, I thought in previous episodes, it's possible that the Padawans both would switch sides. But for how things went now, I think enough has happened, and her and Ahsoka are on much better grounds and understanding of each other that I don't see that being a problem at all.
Hey, what's up, Christian O's? I see you out there. How are things? You watching the old Ahsoka series? The series is, I was loving it all the way through, but I'm with fandom. I'm like, what happened in this finale? Like, we just got left hanging a little bit too hard. But Sabine heads outside and is a bit shocked that Ahsoka isn't mad at her when she starts talking to her for coming to find Ezra. She actually understood, and even more so informs her that no matter what is to come, she will not leave her again. And that definitely comes into play here a little bit. So that was kind of a cool little tie-in. So the TIE fighters find Thrawn sends out TIE fighters to go find them, and and Sabine comes up with a brilliant idea to clip their wings of her ship so that it blows them up. And of course, this smashes and ruins her ship as well. And like, first of all, like, how are the troopers as bad as flying as they are at shooting? Like, two fighters see a ship coming right at them and just stay nice and close. Don't even try to avoid the collision. Just stay nice and tight so she can come right through and clip you both. Like, what? That wasn't
no maneuvers to evade. No flying tip 101. Nothing.
Ridiculous.
Like, y'all are horrible.
I mean, you got your answer later on. Like, these are like undead troopers. They don't have like.
That's kind of my next question. Is that what it is?
At this point in time, were they?
Because he said send out the death troopers, and I know that segment seemed like they might have been, but are they? That's my question: is are they all undead under those?
Yeah, I think they're all dead.
I think you might be onto something. I think that's why they're all wrapped in those red cloths. So anytime they fall out, the mothers can just bring them back.
Honestly, since we're like on this topic, I think like all of them had died except for like Ezra, and then the Night Sisters brought them back, and especially mainly Thrawn. You're saying, oh wait, Thrawn can like really help me out here, and that's like the whole thing. So I'm pretty sure that's like my guess. Possibly Thrawn is like dead, came back. So that's not really Thrawn.
I'm gonna put some cream in the coffee. What do you think, AK? What do you think's happening with that? Are they all dead troopers? Are they coming back to life?
So just for clarification, we're talking about when the two pilots were sent out.
Right. We're talking about all of them, like all of his legions. Like,
were they all like that from the beginning?
Are they all dead underneath the trooper helmets? Are there any alive stormtroopers in Thrawn's posse right now? Is the question.
All of the ones that went with him.
You think what?
All of the troopers that were still on that ship, they're all still alive. Because remember, she asked for volunteers, or at least from the conversation they had when he said, are these all the volunteers? And she said, yes, they were honored to make this sacrifice. So that for there to be a differentiation between them, I feel like this is just one troop that they set about that task to be the Stormtrooper Zombie Squad.
I like that. But I don't know. It's just, I almost get the feeling that maybe all the ones that are still with Thrawn are dead already, have been brought to life, have been killed and brought to life or something like that. And then maybe the ones that, hey, what's up, Jake Cruz? I see you out there. And then maybe the ones that are actually still alive are the ones that didn't want to deal with it or live with zombies, and they're like, we're out. And I think that's what the nomads.
The ones in red?
Yeah. I think the nomads might be the ones that are actually still alive, and they're like, we're not dealing with zombies. We're out. I don't know. What's up, fandom? You just think everybody's dead?
Indeed. Even then, when you think about it, these zombies actually like talking shit. Because remember when they first came out, they were just like chanting freaking Thrawn's name. Then you got the honcho. This guy is like talking like regular speech.
Hmm.
And then when they were later in the episode, when they were calling that one trooper that Ezra had taken out, and like it seemed like even though they could be all be zombies, hopefully, fingers crossed. Like,
I don't know, those ones that fought in the last episode, was it the last episode or the one before that? Like that the fight when what's his name? Balon left his Padawan. All those were still alive. We didn't see any of them, and some of them probably should have died with the hits they took. There didn't seem to be any of that mystified like green glow that was showing
Jay's
through the visors.
I don't know. I kind of feel like they might have been zombies. I'm with fandom. I think they might all be dead. I think they might have all passed. He said something like our numbers have severely dwindled or whatever. But then again, if they're all dead and can just all be brought back, why was he so chintzy about sending people out? Like,
I mean, eventually
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Even with regular zombies,
it doesn't make sense that all of them were on undead from the beginning.
What's that, fandom?
I mean, probably eventually all going to start breaking down eventually after being killed so many times.
Yeah, maybe. Or yeah, maybe every time you bring them back, it's a little bit harder for the Great Mothers to bring them back. But yeah, they definitely need to touch on that because that is just insane. But second of all, I know Sabine did not just crash Ahsoka's ship and then just walk by her talking about, got him. Like, what?
Bruh.
You know.
Like, did you miss that there's only one fucking way off this planet, Sabine?
Oh, huh? She can't be that dumb, can she?
You couldn't have thought of nothing else?
No, you did not. Just smash my ship and talk about got him. I was like, dude, Lord, girl. But Ahsoka isn't phased. She just said it's only a problem if we let it be. And I don't know. I love her new can-do attitude. Like, she has definitely come out the other end when she visited the World Awards.
She's older and wiser.
Thrawn hears the TIE fighters are down, but they took Ahsoka out as well, and he's not taking any chances. He said, let's get the ground assault ready. He is done taking Jedis for granted. He's going for it. And we see why Ahsoka wasn't worried. She had a couple howlers on standby, so they're back up and running, riding towards Thrawn. Like Morgan said, these troopers were all volunteers, like you were talking about, happy to do it for Thrawn, and he reiterated, not for me, for the Empire. And the safety of the galaxy. Like, is Thrawn playing it down? Like, does he really like all the attention and the troops chanting his name, or could he take it or leave it, AK?
I think he's just putting on an act.
He's
a master manipulator.
Yeah, I'll give you that. So you think he really loves it? He loves the people chanting his name, and that's what it's all about?
Absolutely, because what's happening right now, like the Emperor's gone now, right? Mm-hmm. He's coming out the mix as like the new big bad, and he knows what power he's gonna be able to wield. He's got to fill that vacuum. It's gonna be, I feel like that's gonna hype him up. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Well, I wonder how much information the Great Mothers have been able to fill him up in on, like who's dead, is the Empire still standing? Like, I wonder how much of that he even knew. But yeah, that like we were talking about is the army. Is this the army of the dead? Like, we see what happens later. All these stormtroopers are dead folk walking. I don't know. I'm kind of with Phantom. I almost feel like they're all dead. And like I said, the ones that are alive are the nomads that just bounce and say we out. But Ahsoka says, let's try the front door and tell Sabine to help out with using the Force to open the door. And this girl hasn't so much been able to wiggle a cup like with the so-called Force ability. What made her think she was going to be able to help open this big-ass door, Gay?
Man, it's Sabine. I don't know. The leaps and bounds that she made within the span of one fight and getting choked out, it's a little bit extra for her. I mean, it's basically because plot. Like they have to have her figuring out the Force and finally getting things together.
That's true, to lead up for what happens later. I keep thinking about that Thrawn thing in the Army of the Dead, and when she said that these ones volunteered, I mean, she might have total control over them. I mean, if they are the dead and they're the ones that rose them back, she might have total control, and she might have just had them volunteer. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of. I think they're all dead men walking.
Let them be all dead.
Yeah, well, we'll see if there's a season 2.
We would. So Thrawn did not look happy once the three made it inside, and he said, "Dispatch the night troopers." And so that's what I'm like. So some of the troopers are dead and some are alive. Only certain forces that are dead man walking.
That's what I was saying.
Made it so confusing.
I look back at the subtitles and see. Okay, when were they called?
Yeah, that's why you always watch your subtitles.
Troopers.
Yeah. He said, "Dispatch the night troopers," or the night troopers, the dead ones. Like, are there some live ones?
Yeah, because
it's very confusing.
Because it would make sense,
got that,
with the night Dathomir and thing.
Yeah, they've got that green eldritch magic glow in their eyes, and so same thing around that sword. That was a kick-ass sword, though.
Right.
I'll give her that.
It was. So the three start to make their way to Thrawn, but are slowed by the special squad of troopers that don't seem to be able to die. And like, is that why they all have like the red cloth weaved in between all their trooper armor, like I was saying earlier, so the witches can bring them back to life anytime they die? Mm-hmm. Which means if they all have it, aren't they already dead and brought back by this point? So maybe
and why Thrawn hasn't did away with them yet?
And that's why I said, like, I just think those nomads are ex-troopers that don't want to deal with the witches and their voodoo. They're like, we out.
It's probably I didn't think about this, because in Clone Wars, and even like in the video game, like we've seen, the sisters like bring back the dead. I'm surprised I never thought about this.
They brought back Maul. I mean, it's a thing they do. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maul wasn't technically dead. He was Maul, his mind.
Maul was dead. He was gone.
You talking about the dude that Obi-Wan cut in half? Yeah, he was
when they first found him, he wasn't like dead. You talking about that time, or it was another?
I'm talking about Clone Wars.
Yeah, when we first see Maul.
When we first see him, he's just he's off. He's losing his mind. But he ended up. I can't even remember exactly how it went down. Now it's been a while, but he died, and they had to bring him back to life.
Yeah, I can't remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember how that went. That was crazy. Is that when they put because something else happened, and then they thought he was dead, and he put himself back together with like all these robotic like robot legs and stuff. But yeah, I have to go back on that one. I don't remember that exactly how that went down. But I gotta say, the zombie troopers were kind of fun. Like, and I like the nod to like the old school movies, how they would always like shoot the door key panel to like lock the enemy on the other side. Yeah. Like now they're just using the lightsabers to drop the door. Like, I don't know, that's kind of a cool nod back to the old ones. Again, just so dirty. Like Morgan walks in all proud with her new sword, saying things are being ready, and Thrawn's like, the Jedi are advancing too rapidly. We need more time. Just so cold and just dead-hearted.
I heard that. I'm like, yeah, she's gonna definitely stay behind or just die.
Yeah, she had it coming.
She had it coming.
Exactly.
Well, we know that, but like on her defense, like I'd have been like, great, okay, you need more time. Send a legion or two. You got all these dead men walking. Send them to go slow them down. I know you're not thinking I'm staying behind after I'm the one who lined all this up. You ungrateful prick.
And you could see from the look on her face in that pause, that's exactly what she was going over and saying in her head. Like, right. But she knew better than to say that out loud.
Like, I know you did not. And like, screw the Great Mothers too, because like I said, they knew what they were.
Oh, hell yeah.
They were that sort.
As soon as I saw them walking off, I said, oh, you dirty bitches. Like, I was side-eyeing. But damn, right then and there is where it solidified. Like, damn, yeah, that's why they gave her a quote-unquote gift.
Yeah, that was brutal. I did like how like she gave that little whisper at the end though, like, "No, fuck the Empire. Like, I see how you did me. I'm doing this for Daphne."
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was cool.
I'm surprised she even kept fighting. For that matter, honestly,
Uh,
I would have just been like, you know what, Ahsoka, go ahead. I got you, girl.
she's like,
You
I
just
got
chill right here.
she's like, I totally got played. Yeah, ungrateful is the word for it. It is absolutely ridiculous. He said Maul was technically cut in half. Yeah, and so that was when he put himself back together, though, I think. And then he grabbed all those little robotics, and he was like a little spider in the cave for a while. Ezra Green when they were zombified.
Hatred.
Yeah, see, that's what I was
Kept
saying.
him
That Eldritch
alive.
Green was not coming off of everybody, especially in the beginning. We only saw it with this special pack of troopers that were there.
Thrawn is a strategist, and Vanity is impractical, but I think he knows that he is the number one strategist
Exactly.
out of all of them, and I think he has let it go.
He's cocky as shit.
He is able to hide it, and he puts on a good front, but I kind of think that Thrawn does like.
Yeah, I mean, he's low key a huge douche.
Yeah, exactly. That's I don't know. That's I think he likes it. I think it goes to his head a little bit. But that voodoo sword must really have some juice in it because we already saw Ahsoka and Morga duel before back in The Mandalorian. So like Ahsoka just made pretty short work of her back then. So is it the gift of shadows she received that's making her so much more powerful, Phantom?
Who, Morgan?
Yeah.
Most
She was holding
definitely.
it down fighting.
She was in Mandalorian holding it down against Mando, but this was just even like more extra because like now you're dealing with Ahsoka, and then Sabine was there, Ezra was there. Like she was holding her own.
Right.
Yes, I was surprised at that. I don't know her history.
Sabine and Ezra had walked around, but I'm saying in The Mandalorian and season 2 of The Mandalorian, Ahsoka and her fought.
Oh, it's her those too. I don't know why for some reason I thought it was Mando.
Yeah, it was Ahsoka, and Ahsoka whooped ass pretty quick and easy. So it's like, why is she so strong now? Is it just the gift of shadows that made her so much more powerful? Because I don't think she's been out there just training with a sword this whole time.
That was going to be my question. Like, where did all these swashbuckling skills come from? All of a sudden, she little trick moves in there. Because there's a couple times Ahsoka could have got her easy, and she had one good trick, and that little like drop roll slash thing that she did, but she only had one time to do that because Ahsoka pulled the same move not too long after, and that's when she won.
Oh yeah, Thrawn's already been beat. The whole reason Thrawn's out here is because of Ezra. So Thrawn's a little worried about Ezra. Anytime Ezra's in the house, he already knows what he's dealing with. Like he's.
I'm still side-eyed and not Thrawn. Ezra. I'm like, is Ezra really there? Unless something else happened.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
He knew those guys were coming, so I
just wanted more from this finale. I just wanted more.
Stop trying to create side plots, fandom.
I wanted like some like green eye or something near the end. I'm like, oh shoot, that ain't Ezra.
Oh yeah, Jake, that's what got me started in all of it. I watched that Mandalorian episode with Ahsoka in it, and everybody on YouTube was freaking out about Ahsoka. I'm like, who the hell is Ahsoka?
Who the fuck is Ahsoka? I didn't know nothing about her. I just knew Rosario Dawson was playing her, and I will stand any role that she takes all the time.
Yeah, but back then I was like, this was years ago, and I was just like, who is Ahsoka and why are people so hyped about this character? So that's when I had to go back and actually watched every single season and episode of the Clone Wars. And by the end of it, I was like, now I know who the fuck Ahsoka is. Okay, I'm here. And then Rebels and then everything else. I was like, okay, now I get it. Now I see why everybody's freaking out. And for those that haven't done it, you got to be able to get through the first season of Clone Wars. I know a lot of people have tried it and watched that first season and been like, what the hell? The Clone Wars did not know what it was in season 1. It was just kind of fumbling its way through. But season 2 on, it gets down and it is well worth the time putting in. I'll tell you that.
Nice.
My biggest problem with the finale is I just want more. Yeah, that's what fandom's saying. I mean, they just didn't give us enough. Like, there's so many things they just left open-ended. I mean, this was a 40-minute show. Like, where was the rest of it? But how about when Sabine like caught one in the throat? Like she thought she was gonna run around that pillar untouched, and that like thing just karate chopped her right in the neck, dude. Put her on her back. I was like, ouch.
Here's something I don't understand. They took all those troopers once they were undead. They took so many hits, and they just kept getting back up. You know, the first one that didn't get back up is one that Ezra chopped his head off. Why the hell were we not paying attention and using that move instead of wasting energy and time doing all this other extracurricular shit?
Right.
One swipe, done.
Exactly.
Over to Thanos. Should aim for the head.
Aim for the
Exactly. Aim for the head.
Oh man, what's up, fandom? What percent chance were you giving Sabine when she was trying to use the Force to grab that lightsaber?
Oh, 100%. Because we said in the episode with the cup, like we're gonna finally see her use the Force when she's near death, and that's what literally happened. She was literally near death, being almost choked out of her life, and boom, able to use the damn Force for the first time.
Came through. Lo and behold, she's able to do it, and perhaps she's to be a Jedi yet. The witches did smell it. But with her barely having control of anything, like, I don't know, like with your no controlling ass, are you really attempting that jump when Sabine says, I can get you there? That's pretty brave, Ezra. I'm like, you just grabbed your first lightsaber. I don't know if I'm trusting you to throw me an extra, like, 800 feet up in the air or I fall to my death. Like, are you taking that chance, AK?
I don't understand why Ezra couldn't do it himself without the extra push, because his control of the Force is far more experienced than her. So I don't understand why this even needed to be a move. I figured he should have been able to jump and use the Force to help guide and push himself along. It seems like it's something that should be done if she was able to push him. I don't know. I'm a bit confused as to why it had to be a tag team effort to make that jump.
They were making it like it was too far to Force jump. You would need both of your Force abilities to be able to push it. Like he'd be able to jump way farther than any human being. But you can still, you can't fly with the Force. You can only like jump real far. So they were making it sound like it was just out of reach, that he'd be able to jump, and he would need that extra Force push from her to actually get there. And then he would have to jump, and then he would have to actually pull her, which sounded even crazier. Never heard of a Force pull before. But yeah, I don't know. It's like you couldn't even move a cup like last week, and you want me to jump like we're like 2 miles up in the sky here, and you want me to just jump and hope you can get me there? Like, ooh, I was with Ezra. I'd have been hesitating too. I don't know what's up, fandom. Do you take that leap of faith?
Hell nah. Especially with Sabine, who's still on her early stages. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief.
I don't know. I can't chance it. We are just a bit too high up for this. That was just, oh man, that was crazy. But there were some cool moves in Ahsoka's fight with Morgan, but like she should have been able to take her out a little quicker than that. That kind of bugged me. Like I've already seen
there were about 3 different times where she could have taken her out.
Yeah. Like, come on, Ahsoka, you got things to do. Let's go. But so Thrawn showing you like he's a great tactician or just a self-centered egomaniac willing to basically sacrifice any and all to get what he wants, AK? How you think about this man?
Both. He's extremely arrogant. He's good at making it seem like he's downplaying things, but no, he absolutely knows that he's about to be the man. Like he's already feeling himself. He thinks he is the smartest person in the world, which tells me he's a freaking narcissist added on to his crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. I like Baylan's. Baylan's and hers was pretty steady, pretty rock solid. Oh man, so yeah, I don't know how do you feel about that, fandom? Do you feel like you think they're showing him like in this live action theories as more just a stone cold practical tactician, or is he kind of feeling himself a little bit?
Yeah, pretty much both.
Usually the same way. He's kind of doing both, kind of straddling it.
Mm-hmm. But mainly him feeling himself because, again, like for those who've never seen it, that's going to be the perspective of it.
Right. Exactly. I agree with that. And because they kind of make it a point in the cartoons and Rebels and that he's basically he doesn't care about that. He doesn't want the accolades. He just wants to win. I mean, he is just stone cold, ruthless, cunning, and like that's it. Like whatever it takes to win. Like I don't care about your accolades, just whatever I need to do to win. The ultimate strategist. But that was ridiculous. Like Ahsoka and Sabine running away from the blasters, then jump on a ship right in front of said blasters. Like, why did the troopers stop shooting? Like they're trapped in fish in a barrel right now. Just shoot them. I don't know. I thought that was dumb. They're just standing there like on their ship, like
Are there no view screens on that huge ship for the person that's at tactical that's firing the weapons? That can they not see what they're shooting at?
That whole scene was crazy to me. I was just like, this
It made no sense.
That was ridiculous. But Ahsoka and Sabine jump in their ship and fly after Thrawn, but he calls in to let her know, nice try, but you're a bit too late. So, see, if only she wasn't messing around, rolling with the naughty, like all leisurely and laid back, maybe she would have made it a flight. Like, I don't know. But that was cold when Thrawn was letting her know exactly who her master, he knew exactly who her master was and like what he had become. And then taunts her even more by saying he wonders if this wasn't the best place for a Ronin like her. That was a cool tie-in. And then like she's too likely to like follow him down that same dark path. So Thrawn may be playing those next level mind games with people.
See, that's what I'm saying. Dude knows what the hell he's doing. He knows what the hell he's doing.
That was just ruthless. And Ahsoka knew, like, she's like, get me on that board. Like, he knew she was stalling. He was stalling, getting ready to bounce. She was trying to hurry up and just couldn't do it. But again, if you weren't just rolling out with the naughty. Now, the only one thing I will say about that, though, is maybe they were just taking their time and that's why they were just kind of chilling out there. And she was kind of meditating. Like, she knew she had to be in a hurry, but she was out there meditating, like, hurry up. Because at that time, Ezra was running around, like, with his head cut off, trying to hurry up and get a saber. So she needed him to make a lightsaber, and maybe that's why they were just kind of taking their time, because they were just pausing just long enough for him to get that lightsaber built. And then once he did, then it just happened to be the TIE fighters flew in right then, and they had to ride in on the howlers anyway instead of being able to fly in. But I don't know, that was crazy. Sabine and Ahsoka fly back to hang with the naughty until they figure things out. And off in the distance, Ahsoka sees a convor. And in the distance, like that, of course, had to be the Morai we saw, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about, fandom? Ahsoka's bird. That was the Morai, right?
Yeah, the sister, right?
Mm-hmm. And again, basically, for those that have never saw Clone Wars, there was this like crazy 3-episode arc where Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka go off to this crazy world that's inhabited by the father, the daughter, and the son. And the three of them represent all sides of the Force, the good, the evil, and the in-between. And the daughter had like spirit animals that some said were just kind of different forms of the daughter herself. And basically, long story short, the brother kills Ahsoka, and the daughter gives up her life force to bring Ahsoka back. So Ahsoka had actually died and has been brought back by the daughter. And now the Morai, who is thought to be the soul of the daughter, is now basically like Ahsoka's spirit animal and aiding her through life, and has even saved her life before. And that's basically that little bird she was looking at. That's what she saw fly off.
Yeah, my first question when I saw that and noticed that she was looking at the bird, I said, did she just fucking send a damn owl like Gandalf to get help? That was the only thing that made sense to me, because I didn't know the background.
So what I'm guessing is the Morai is going to show them the way to the gate portal for the world between worlds, and a way home is how they're going to get home. Is that what you got out of that, fandom?
Yeah, most likely.
I mean, that's what I think.
It was in the World of Worlds, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I was wondering where the whales were.
Well, the whales are gone. Last time they showed up, they're getting bombed to hell. They're like, shit, we're going to stay gone from there. Go into that little portal and get bombed. Like, you can keep your minds. I'm going to stay over here. And them whales ain't coming back anytime soon, I don't think.
Because I was just thinking about that too. I'm like, the whole, what do they call them? The space mines, I think they're kind of still there. I don't think all of them got destroyed.
No, just a bunch of them. So yeah, those whales come back, they're just going to get bombed again. So I don't think they're going to be back anytime soon. So the whales are gone. The ship is broken. I think basically the Morai is going to have to show him, because last time when we saw Ezra, that he got shown the way, the world between worlds. I think it wasn't it that bird that showed him? I think it might have been that bird that showed him. And then once he was in there, it showed him like there's all these gates, and the Morai was standing over one. So I walked to that one and looked inside, and that's when Ahsoka was fighting Darth Vader, and Ezra had to pull her out right before Darth Vader killed her, and pulled her into the world between worlds. So, yeah, I think that's how they're going to get home. I think that was the Morai, and basically it's just going to show her with the world a gateway, and show her a gateway to get home between the world between worlds. That'll be sick. So that was kind of a cool tie-in for those who knew. But I thought Shin might go look for Balon since she got left out in the cold. But it looks like she's just going back to hang with the nomads that helped her attack Ahsoka. So is she going to be their leader, or is she just going to fall in? How's that going to work out, Phantom?
Most likely her leader, their leader.
You think that she's gonna be the ruler of the nomads and just hang out? Like, she didn't ask for all this. She was just hanging out with her master. Now she's stuck out here in the middle of nowhere. That's gotta suck.
It felt weird. I'm like, this is what he meant. I'm like, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, right. Your place in the Empire is out here just stuck in the middle of nowhere. That's your place in the Empire. Go take it. Should have listened and hung out with me, kid. But who knows where Balon's headed? Like, speaking of heads, did you notice that mountain he was standing on in front of had a face that looked very similar to his own?
Yeah.
I didn't think that. All I saw was him busting like the royal Aragorn pose at the statues in Lord of the Rings.
Wait, it looks like him?
I thought it looked
Yeah,
like
I didn't notice it looked like him at all.
Yeah, I thought instantly I thought of the father, and then right next to him was the son.
Yeah,
then
no,
like
it was
the head of the daughter was like destroyed.
right. And 100% I'm sure that's what it was. But I don't know, it just kind of looked like him. It just made me think like that's where they're going with it. They're going to try to send him like into that position. Because basically those three were looking for people to take over for him. They wanted Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan to basically replace him. Like, I think they're dying out. They've been around for who knows, millions of years, and it's time for somebody else to take their place. So maybe that's who's calling out to Balin, and that's what's going to happen with the Balin Skull character. He's going to go take the place of the father.
Which is sad because now that actor I'm not going to see anymore.
Yeah. He's amazing, dude. R.I.P. Pulo. Dude, Rome was such an epic freaking series. That was so amazing.
Yeah, it was.
That was the first time I saw him, and it was just too good, too good. So yeah, I think maybe that's what they're going with him. They had him standing on the father's arm. The father was out pointing to a thing out in the distance. So I think that's where obviously he's headed. And I think they had him standing on him because that's what basically his role is going to be. He's going out to take the role of the father, which would be amazing. And that's what he is. He's kind of like that right in the middle. He's not evil. He's not good. He's just walking right down the middle of the force, exactly like the father does. So that would be a cool little tie-in if they end up doing something like that. But I was so disappointed we didn't get the live action Bendu. I was really looking for. I was like, come on, man, you got to go see Bendu out on this planet. But I don't know. What do you think they're going to do with this character next season since he did pass away? Like, are they going to recast him? Are they just going to write him off? Is it just going to forget like he ever was there? Like, what are we doing with the Balon character next season, Phantom?
Well, he ends up becoming the father. We end up seeing the father. Next thing you know, it could just be him talking to the apprentice or someone and be like, obviously you know who I am. Then it's going to be revealed, oh yeah, it's actually Bayon, but or something that magnitude, because it's going to be like iffy. I don't want them to replace him.
You do? You don't want him to replace him?
Yeah.
He's such a sick character. Yeah, it's like you might just have to let that one go. I don't know. What do you see for his path next season at AK? Are they going to just drop it and act like he was never there? Or what happens?
No, I'm very curious as to what he is doing out there and what his ultimate goal and path is that he's chosen. So I'm hoping they recast, but we will see.
He's heading to that twinkling in the distance. Yeah, there did seem like there was some kind of like red light almost flashing or whatever. Like, is that a beacon calling out to him? Like when he was looking out into the mountains, like if you kind of stared at it, there did almost seem to be like a red glow flashing, almost like a beacon.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So I'm wondering, like, is that the father's pointing to that and that's where he's heading to? And if he gets there, what exactly is it going to be?
Tune in next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, right. Yeah, his story does seem important. They're going to have to recast him, which is just, it sucks because he is such an amazing freaking actor. But yeah, they're going to have, I think that is going to be an important part. And again, like the way he's standing on the father's arm like that, he may be going out to take over for the father. And that would be dope. That mountain statue was pointing him out to the mountain. Like, yeah, I think that's where he's going to end up. Thrawn is approaching Dathomir, and it looks like that's where he's going to stage his home base. Like, we see all the cargo that's been loaded. What's in there? Are those really caskets? And if so, like, what is his plan for all those dead bodies, Phantom?
That's his damn army. But honestly, I don't know what's in it. Because I could be thinking it's the Immortal Death Troopers, but not Death Troopers, Night Troopers, but who knows at this point.
Are you on with that, AK? You think that's just the army of the dead waiting to be unleashed?
Why would they be in a box? Why would they? Why
Yeah.
would they need to be in the box? Because it looks like it's one to a box from the size of it. But that doesn't make any sense. They literally could just have them stand in a storage room. That ship's big enough. Why would they need to be in crates?
Maybe the sisters need to be back on Dathomir to get to like a source of power to be able to raise that many people and control them and have that many rise up. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe. I don't know. I require more input.
That's crazy. So then we see a lone ship flying to Hera's base, and we already know it's going to be Ezra come home. And how is he able to fly away from Thrawn's ship without Thrawn knowing? Like, it doesn't seem like Thrawn would let that happen for fear like his secret invasion would get out early. Like, how did he get away?
Maybe he found just some convenient way to, he stole the dude's helmet. He probably blended in until he got to wherever a spare aircraft was, and then he was fast enough to get away. I don't know.
I mean,
or maybe Thrawn did notice, and Thrawn just let him get away because, just like Ahsoka, he's kind of looking to see what could happen next with them.
Or that ain't really Ezra, and he's like, "Yeah, go on. The plan is to continue on."
Is that a thing that has happened before?
Nah, this is my tinfoil here. Aha, that ain't Ezra.
Explain that now.
Undead.
I don't see how.
Ezra. That's just, Night Sister, magic Ezra there.
So you think it could be one of them glamored?
Mm-hmm. You could just be a double agent this whole time.
I actually love that. That would be amazing. I don't know if I could do that. Seems like crazy to me, but
that seems too far-fetched on tinfoil, even by our standards.
No, we were never told they were caskets. It just seems like that's what they were to me. It could just be some kind of crazy supply thing. Who knows? But what would it be, and why are there so many of them? Like, what is in those things?
Maybe they were mining something while they were there.
Well, they can't, and they said they had to go to the catacombs to get it. I mean, isn't that you go to the catacombs and that?
Okay, so it's definitely not the night troopers then. So it has to be something entirely different.
You think so? You don't think they would have buried the dead in the catacombs?
Which dead?
If so, like, they would have mentioned it. If it was just that simple now, I think they would have mentioned it.
I mean, they mentioned something about like the numbers we've lost have been many and severe. Like, he's acting like he's lost a lot of people, like maybe everybody, and so they're all dead and have to be like brought back. Yeah, I don't know. They really got to explain that. It's going to be interesting.
I don't know. That line is even contradictory because literally within the next, episode or two, or even within that episode, they're like, "Oh, send out some troopers to go help them, like dispose of Ezra and thing." And then again, they're still sending out troops. I'm just like, dude, you say your numbers are dwindling, but you're still sending out your troops.
Yeah.
Interesting to die little by little. So yeah, Jake's like, no. It's Ezra, a hero. I don't know, man, because I think Chopper would have been able to feel it. Chopper kind of went up and was feeling it. So I think Chopper would have known if that wasn't really Ezra.
Yeah, a body.
Chopper would have been like, hell no, bro. I think Chopper's got enough personality and sentience on its own to tell whether that's his
how the hell would Chopper know? How would Chopper know?
Chopper knows, man.
Because Chopper knows.
He can tell the vibes.
You can't say how awesome his extracurricular activities are in one episode, and then in this episode, he ain't gonna know nothing.
He pulled
Come on, man.
right out of his own robotic ass with that.
Yeah,
that's freaking Ezra. I'm like, and what mannerisms did he do? What gestures or something? It's like, wait a minute.
He scanned him. He's like, oh yeah, that's my boy.
He's like, no,
he scanned him, then it's one thing. I'd be like, okay, he scanned him. But he didn't. He just like came through.
Well, he did.
You see when he saw him, he started talking and then just approached him. I was like, what?
We should hashtag this stream the ramblings of fandom.
Oh, dude, he could tell by his gait when he came strolling up. He's like, that's my boy.
Right. Fandom trying to judge this episode up so much. Like, no, it wasn't as bad as we thought.
Oh man, I'm with you, Jake. I'm not a big fan of the zombie thing, but I don't know. I kind of got a kick out of zombie troopers. They did it in a fun way. I liked it. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's That would be interesting, though. I do like that twist. Like that would explain why he was able to get away and why Thrawn let him get away, because maybe Thrawn found him and realized that he was on the ship because he had the three great mothers. He's like, locate Ezra. And maybe they found him, had the zombie guys take him over, and then, yeah, they possessed him, and maybe they are in control of Ezra now. So maybe that is zombie Ezra walking, and the great mothers are actually in control of him. And he's going to turn on Hera and everybody and go nuts.
There's a ringer for that. If that is the case, once he's brought in front of what's Baby Boo's name? Hera's son?
Jace.
Yeah, I think that'll be enough of a proof that that's not him.
Mommy, something feels weird about him.
Because he's gonna take one look at him and be like, nah, man, thanks. I don't need to meet your friend no more, Mom. I'm gonna just go back to my room right now.
So Ahsoka's staring out into nothing, tells Sabine she did good, and she can feel Ezra made it home and is where he needs to be, and so are they. Sabine feels something out there but can't explain it, and Ahsoka takes another look and pauses, then turns and walks away. When it pans out, we see the Force ghost Anakin. So what's up, Phantom? Could Ahsoka see him?
Of course! He is not able to see him like that. What was the reason?
Oh, so you think she was able to see it, and that's what made her smile and feel like she's in the place she needs to be, and everything's all good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what's up? You with that, AK? Did she see Anakin out there? Force Ghost.
Yeah, Anakin? I think it's possible. I mean, there's a possibility that she didn't, but we know her power levels are up there, so highly possible they were having a psychic conversation. We just couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I think she felt him. I don't think she saw him. But yeah, we'll see if I think she's gonna see him, and that's all gonna come into play next season. Fade to Black, and I gotta say, not my favorite finale, but love the season as a whole and the ride right up to the end. But alas, once again, the landing was not stuck. I will say that I am very much looking forward to seeing how they continue the story in season 2, though. What say you, AK?
Indeed, I agree with all of those points. I think a final rating for everything will be a 9.5. A strong 9.5, because I do think this finale could have been a bit more. And there's another one or two other episodes that I think could have been a bit better than they were. But overall, still a very enjoyable show. And if we get a season 2, I will be absolutely right back here chatting about it with y'all.
Absolutely. Yeah, Hera could have broke down. Hera's a general, though. She's got to stay strong in front of her troops, and you already know if she would have done anything, she probably would have had a complete freaking meltdown, because that's basically like her son that just came home. You've seen it. You know that is basically her boy come home that she thought was lost forever. So if she shows any emotions whatsoever, she would probably have a full-fledged breakdown and just melt out.
Yeah, she's a professional. She knows when she needs to keep decorum. They can have all the breakdown and hugs and tears later.
Yeah, when they get out in Solo, because she's going to lose her mind. Her baby just made it home. But yeah, lots of complaints about this one. But yeah, they definitely have me very excited to see where it goes next season. So that's the most important part. Definitely here for it. Ready to do it. And yeah, like I said, I absolutely loved it. This was just basically Rebels Season 4 continued in live action. And I was here for it. Absolutely loved it. We will see where they go. We got just 4 quick trivia questions before we get out of here. See if you remember.
I wrote down nothing.
Oh, you wrote down something. I'll tell you that. Question number 1. If you know these answers, write in the chat box. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. What was Morgan's gift from her sisters?
Oh, the Sword of Talzin. And the freaking powers. They upgraded her. Basically.
Membership.
What's that?
They made her a sister, not a daughter.
Oh, it had a name. Anybody know what they called that gift that they gave her? What she was able to receive?
Shadow something or other.
There you go. That's good. Absolutely.
Was that it?
Yep. Gift of Shadows.
Gift of Shadows. Cool.
100%. Gift of Shadows. Close enough. Give you that one. And I have a feeling we might get this one too. What was the blade called they gave her?
Hello. Sword of Talzin.
I told you wrote down.
Yeah, I had to look that up immediately because I know somebody on Etsy is going to figure out how to make that, and I need it in my collection.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick with glowing green swords. That'd be so tight. How many TIE fighters did Thrawn deploy to look for the rebels?
2.
2.
Absolutely correct. And last but not least, who taught Ezra how to build a lightsaber?
His master.
Oh, his master. What the hell is his
Kanan?
name?
Kanan
Was it
Jarrus.
Keenan?
Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah, all right, cool. There it is.
Kanan Jarrus. You know what? That was what his real name was. What did he become when he became a rebel? Extra credit points.
Didn't watch Rebels.
Damn, I saw the first season. Don't remember.
Yeah. Anybody out there remember that one? We'll give you that one for number 5 for extra credit. What was Kanan Jarrus's? What did he put his alias to when he became a rebel? Hey, he got his first name. Caleb Dune. Absolutely correct, Jake. He gets the extra credit points. Well done, you. Caleb Dune was his name when he changed it to. Oh, that's awesome. Like I said, I absolutely loved Ahsoka. I thought it was great right up into the finale, and the finale did kind of let us down a little bit, but it really set up season 2, and I'm here for it. Can't wait to talk about it. And speaking of things, can't wait to talk about the next 2 series we're going to be getting into next week are going to be Loki season 2, and of course, Generation V.
Oh, which one are we going to talk first? Loki or
Loki's on Tuesday, I think.
Loki. It doesn't open on.
Well, no, Loki came out tonight. It's out right now.
It did. I thought it comes out on the 8th.
No.
I'm
You're right,
very
Thursday.
sure they said the 5th.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, it's today.
Because I may or may not have just downloaded it.
Wow, so Loki's out right now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to watch that as soon as we get done.
Oh, that's amazing. Sweet. So we will be doing, that'll give me some extra time because, 3 episodes. I don't know. We'll probably just go 2 and 2 for the first 2 and then catch up one by one. With the
Are they dropping 3 at once?
Yeah, the first 3.
They dropped the first 3.
Oh, well, fuck. Okay.
They're like an hour long. So, that's going to be a thing. So we'll probably do the first 2, then
break that up.
4, and then just do one by one after that. So, okay, there you go. We just did it. We'll be doing Loki on Tuesday and Gen V next Thursday. So that'll be the next 2. Make sure you guys get those watched. And I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week. And it only gets better from here. And until we see you on Tuesday, peace, everybody.